Heard it from a friend, she was in our bed, should've known better. Said it was the truth, she came onto you, yeah, but you let her. Knocked me over 10 feet forward. Never knew I could sleep alone good, I've never been better. You're probably out there somewhere missing me. Wish I had an ounce of sympathy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another episode of my reading my entire physical TBR series. This is going to be episode 4. I've started off this video a little bit differently because I didn't film myself picking the book. So, to be completely honest, I have tried to film this video like maybe 5 times and I've just picked 2 books out of the jars and I've just absolutely hated the idea of reading them. Like, I just couldn't do it. I just wasn't in the mood. And yeah, I kept refilming. Like, over the past few weeks I've been just trying to film this video and I just haven't wanted to read any of the books that I've picked, so I just binned it off, to be honest. And then I decided I was just gonna try it again, but I was like, I'm not gonna film it because there's no way I'm actually gonna read one of these books. And then I picked the 2 prompts and Flock by Kate Stewart was one of them, and I actually was already wanting to read that book, so I decided to pick it up. But that did mean that I didn't have the clip of me picking it out, so I'm sorry about that. But I did get Flock by Kate Stewart, which is the first book in the Ravenhood series. This is about a girl called Cecilia, and she's a 19-year-old girl. She's just moved to a different town to move in with her wealthy dad, who owns this like big company, and she's moved there to work for him for a year because they just kind of had this deal. And she meets this guy called Sean, who's a bit older, and like all of his friends, and they all have like this raven tattoo on them, and I don't know what it means yet. I'm not that far in, but this is like a dark romance reverse harem book, and I'm actually 100 pages in, and it's actually really good so far. It is definitely giving dark romance. The writing is really good and really easy to read. I feel like I say that about every book that I read recently, but it just is. I'm guessing it's going to be like a love triangle situation, but I don't know if it actually is a triangle or if the guys sort of want that. I feel like they want to be in a triangle. There's this older boy called Dominic in it, and I feel like it's going to be between Sean, Dominic and Cecilia. But yeah, it's really good so far. I just thought I'd introduce this video since I didn't do the first clip. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading this and update you when I have more thoughts. This book is insane. This book is wild. So I'm on page 228, which is chapter 26, and for the first like 200 pages of this book I've just been kind of like not bored, but like I just don't really feel like anything that eventful was happening. It was just very like, it was very basic, like boring everyday life. Like, it was just going through the motions of Cecilia's everyday life in this new town, and her like start of her relationship with Sean. And then all of a sudden in chapter 25, tell me why tell me why I've just read a very in detail threesome sex scene, like, that just came out of nowhere. Like, make it make sense. It was so left field. Like, I just didn't expect it at all, like compared to how the rest of the book has been, because it's just been so like, I was getting a bit bored, okay, and then that picked up the pace, I'll tell you that for free. But the writing of this book is like really weird to me. Like, some quotes I'm reading, I'm like, that is so cringy, like the way it's written. But then there's some quotes that I've been highlighting that I'm like, oh my god, that's so deep and meaningful. Like, it's really, really strange. And this book is also, this is so random and I'm probably the only one who thinks this, but this book is really giving me like Twilight vibes. Like, not in the fact that, like, no one is a vampire or a werewolf in this book, it's not fantasy, but like the small town vibes of this book, and also like the way it's written is giving me Twilight vibes. Like some of the quotes are quite like depressing but romantic. Like, it's giving me that, like, I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but if it does, please let me know. Like, just the way Twilight was written was very like dark and romantic, and that's what this book is giving me. Also, Dominic is giving me like Jacob vibes. Like, he's not a werewolf, but he has like long brown hair and he's just giving me werewolf vibes. I don't know why, but that's my 200-page update. The next update might be when I've finished this book, but we'll see if anything else eventful happens before that. I finished reading Flock last night, so this is just sort of my final update. This book got gradually more confusing as I went on, I think. Like, I get that it was reverse harem, like there was a not three-way, but like a polyamorous relationship between Cecilia, Sean and Dominic. The guys were kind of controlling and weird, and in the end it sort of turned into this mystery rather than a romance. Like, there was this big plan that the guys and everyone with the raven tattoo had to do with Cecilia's dad, and it all just became very strange, I think is the only word I can use to describe this. Yeah, it ended on a form of mystery, and like that kind of made me want to pick up the next one because I want to understand why that happened, but also I just don't know if I care enough. Also, like, the writing kind of confused me at points. There were some things that just weren't explained properly. Like, Cecilia had this big falling out with Sean and Dominic, and I just don't understand why, because it wasn't explained, like, at all. She just decided that they'd fallen out, and I just didn't get it. So yeah, this book was very mid for me. So 3 stars. But yeah, sorry that this video was kind of short. I didn't really film much to do with this book because, to be honest, I didn't have many thoughts, and obviously I didn't film the picking the book, which makes it shorter. But I'm probably going to do another one of these soon. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Heard it from a